Good evening and welcome to Cstv News at 24 on Cstv. Tonight's news bulletin is brought to you by Celeste with Tom Brown, Sarah's Dream Jewelries, NAP Apartments Hotel, KS Rafemix Company Limited, Rema Ocean Agency, and Crystal Jorek Pet Shop. I'm Dorcas Mensah. Now coming up in our news bulletin for today, government distributes outboard motors to affected fishermen. 11 injured in head-on collision on Cape Coast Takrade Highway. Moving on to the international front also, at least 6 dead after a mine collapse in eastern DR Congo. There's and many more stories will be coming your way in tonight's news bulletin. Stay tuned. Welcome back now. The news in details. Newly elected member of parliament for Ayawaso East under the ticket of the National Democratic Congress, Baba Jamal Muhammad Ahmed, has promised to serve his constituency diligently. He made this comment moments after he was declared the winner with 10,884 votes to defeat his closest contender, Yusuf Ali Baba of the New Patriotic Party, who pulled 4,900 votes.
Show you that I am coming for service. As I said earlier, I am not motivated by material things. I am motivated by human service. I am here to serve you. I am here to ensure I make a difference in the life of everybody. How do we get our roads done? How do we get our youth jobs? How do we train our youth? How do we turn East Ayawaso into an industrial hub? These are the things that I am concerned with. And I can assure you that I am here to do more than what I have started doing, inshallah. Finally, today is not for long talk. I have spoken to you on several platforms. Today is to thank all of you and also ensure that, inshallah, we are going to work together. I'm going to take every step with my colleagues who contested with me. I'm going to consult you, I'm going to work with you, and I'm going to work with all of you so that East Ayawaso, which has been relegated to the background, will now take its rightful position in Parliament, inshallah. This time, East Ayawaso will never be the tail, it's going to be the head, inshallah. I'm going to speak for you, I'm going to fight for you, I'm going to work with you. Inshallah, we'll turn East Ayawaso around and ensure that what we deserve comes to East Ayawaso. Thank you very much.
Also, the newly elected member of parliament for Ayawaso East thanked the constituents for their confidence in him.
Has made this day, and we all enjoy in this day. I want to first also thank my contestants, my former chairman Ramni, my brother Dr. Zindo, my other brother Najib, and especially Hajia Amina for their support and understanding. Let me also extend my sincerest gratitude to the National Executive Committee for taking me through and finally endorsing my candidature. I want to thank my regional executives and my constituency executives for the support they have given me. I want to thank all of you, the delegates, who went and made your choice. It is just opinion after the opinion. whether you voted for me or not. We are now one and facing one purpose together.
Let's move away from the Greater Accra region to the Central region. The Deputy Minister for Health, Dr. Grace Ayensu Dankwa, has commissioned a surgical eye and training center at the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. The 33-bed facility equipped with 3 modern operating theaters is the first of its kind in the region and will serve as a referral hub for neighboring regions. She also noted that the new facility aligns with government flagship health programs.
That 43% of all deaths in our hospitals are from non-communicable diseases and cancers. Non-communicable diseases in Ghana, number 1 is hypertension, high blood pressure. Number 2 is diabetes. Both of these diseases lead to eye problems. So having this center here ties right in line with one of the government's flagship programs, the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, also known as Mahama Cares. It also ties into our other flagship program that would be launched next month. That is the free primary health care, because this facility will provide preventative and promotive eye care service.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, Dr. Eric Kofi Jedu, in his welcoming address during the commissioning of the new facility, described the facility as a major milestone in advancing healthcare in the country.
It is indeed a game changer. The Cape Coast Teaching Hospital was established in 1998 by His Excellency, and may so rest in perfect peace, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, as a regional hospital. Was elevated to a teaching hospital status in the year 2014. Since then, our mandate has expanded significantly. Today, we stand as the only teaching hospital in the region, serving the central, the western, and parts of western north and neighboring. With this mandate comes a responsibility to provide advanced tertiary health care, to train health professionals, and to lead innovation in service delivery.
The Chief Executive Officer
and the Central Regional Minister, Eko Ochiri, lauded the hospital's management for implementing healthcare in the region.
Agenda including health infrastructure, of which the eye care health facilities are not escaping attention. First and foremost, let me thank the management of the teaching hospital for this intervention. Indeed, government alone cannot provide the various infrastructures that we need for development of a nation, and that's why we do welcome support from the donors. We thank you so much for.
Let's come back to the Greater Accra region again. The Environmental Protection Authority has intercepted an additional 1,700 pieces of Tamfan machines concealed in separate containers at the Tema port. The latest seizure on Tuesday night after the authority uncovered more than 200 Tamfan machines hidden in 14 shipping containers in a similar operation. According to the EPA officials, the scale of this latest interception is alarming, particularly given that the machines were reportedly destined for mining districts across the country. The EPA says it is intensifying surveillance on the importation of Tamfan machines as part of broader efforts to curb environmental degradation, especially the pollution of major water bodies. The crackdown coincides with the authority's ongoing pilot initiative to restore polluted rivers. And back to the Central region, the government has donated 5,000 Ghana cedis each and 7 motorboard for the 71 fishermen in Senyabreku whose equipment was stolen during a violent robbery attack at sea. As part of efforts to restore their livelihoods and strengthen confidence among coastal fishing communities, some of the beneficiaries expressed appreciation to the government for the kind gesture toward them.
If you don't why I papa the machine waji wasaba machine enfon yeduma and this pay fee na mobia sedu
e kaje ma say ya na ase na misira no say omaji we ni we nsem no omase ma me ana wabra ya machine ni bi yere ba yeduma tinyame ni yere da na ase.
During the donation, Member of Parliament for Ebutu Senya West Gizela Tete Agui commended the security agencies for their swift response and assured victims of continued government support.
Now, the military have arranged some counselors for them. They'll be coming to the community to come and talk to them and get them back psychologically back in shape if they have to. And then we have done the needful, brought the outboard motors on the instructions of His Excellency the President. And I think, as you can see, everybody is quite happy about that. It was important to do this to restore their hope.
The Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture, Emilia Atta, presented the items to Artisanal Kenun Ona, describing the intervention as a fulfillment of a commitment made to the victims.
Supposed by law to license all fishing fleet in Ghana. We have been able to do that very well for the industrial and the inshore. We are going to begin to do licensing, registration and licensing also for artisanal fishers. We are talking about also putting on the artisanal fleet trackers, communication systems.
The minister also announced plans to establish a pension scheme to care.
At least 11 people have been injured after two vehicles collided at Edueje along the Cape Coast Takrade Highway. In a statement, the Ghana National Fire Service said the accident occurred shortly after 7:15 p.m., prompting a swift response from personnel at the Commander Fire Station. 10 passengers aboard the minibus were assisted out by the wreckage by bystanders and rushed to the Elmina Polyclinic for medical attention. The victims include 9 males and 2 females. Firefighters later cleared debris from the highway to ease traffic congestions and restore the flow of vehicles. Investigations are ongoing to determine the cause of the accident. On the sad note, we're going for a commercial break. Stay tuned.
The manager of Crystal Jorek Pet Shop. Here, we have varieties of pet foods and accessories. When it comes to dog foods and cat foods, we have everything. We have the 25 kg pellets, the 20 kgs, the 10 kgs. We have Happy Home, High Performance, Dog Chew, Jack Pet Food, GC Puppy and Adults, High Retrieval, Happy Canine. When it comes to the leashes or the collars, we have everything, whether small, medium or large. We have their supplements, their vitamins, fish oils, medicated soaps, and their tablets. We also have the flea and tick sprays, their refreshers, and when it comes to their bowls, we have different types of bowls. Stainless or plastic bowls, medium, large. We have their traveling bags, their bathing tubs, their towels, and all their chains as well. We also do breeding of dogs and cats. Whether you are looking for poodles, puppies, any mixed breed, we have them. Foreign cats too are available. When it comes to their treats, we have the big bones, we have their biscuits, we have their snacks, we have our locations. One is located at East Legon American House, adjacent KB Clay, near Intifo Avenue Street. We also have a branch at Blue Lagoon, Sacramento, opposite the Ghana Poultry Farmers Association, General Anchor Street. You can contact us on 0243 03 2066 or 020 473 8175. At Crystal Jewelry, we will always want your pet to smile.
Welcome back from the commercial break. We are live on Cstv News at 24 on Cstv. For more news updates, you can follow us on all social media handles at Cstv GH. Now, let's move on to some business story for tonight. Minority Leader Member of Parliament for Efutu, Alexander Afenyo-Markins, has urged the National Democratic Congress-led government to prioritize the completion and commissioning of Agenda 111 Hospital project, describing the initiative as a transformative national investment in healthcare infrastructure.
Now, Agenda 111, a major investment in healthcare infrastructure. Agenda 111 was a major commitment to build 101 district hospitals across the country, extending quality healthcare to communities that had lived without it for far too long. When there is no hospital in your district, illness is not just a health problem. It is an economic catastrophe. People lose working hours. Families spend money they do not have on transport to distant facilities. Communities become reluctant to attract investment. The Agenda 111 began rewriting the geography of health access in Ghana. In all humility, I submit that to realize this dream, the current administration must do all within this power to continue these projects and ensure that they are commissioned. It is Ghana's dream.
So in business news, President John Dramani Mahama, delivering the 2026 State of the Nation address, noted that the cedi appreciated by 40.7% against the US dollar, while 30.9% against the British pound and 24% against the euro.
Mr. Speaker, we did not arrest the dollar. We strengthened the cedi to put up a good fight against the other countries. Mr. Speaker, we did not arrest the dollar. We strengthened the cedi to put up a good fight against that, and I'm pleased to report to this House that the cedi appreciated by 40.7% against the US dollar and by 30.9% against the British pound and by 24% against the euro. Mr. Speaker, Ghana's economic turnaround is broad-based and comprehensive. All sectors of the Ghanaian economy have witnessed remarkable improvement in our first year in office.
Now let's move on to the international front. At least 6 people were killed on Tuesday when a shaft collapsed in the largest cotton mine in the rebel-controlled Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. Witnesses said the bodies of 3 women and 3 men were recovered at the Rubaya mine around 70 kilometers west of Goma. Others were seriously injured in the collapse, which took place at an area of the mine known as the Gasa Quarry. Sports highlights will be coming your way after the commercial break. Stay tuned. Welcome back, and now to sports update for tonight. John Rama has accused the DP World Tour of extorting players and says he will not sign a deal that allows him to play on the circuit and live and in LIV golf simultaneously under current conditions.
What they're doing currently with the contract they're having, I like the conditions. They're asking me to play a minimum of 6 events, and they dictate where 2 of those have to be, amongst other things that I don't agree with. If we just go based on that, I've been a dual member my whole career, PGA Tour and DP World Tour. Now, with golf being accepted in the world rankings as part of the ecosystem, you could almost say 3 tour member, even though I'm suspended from the PGA Tour. But I've always been a dual member. Never once have I been asked for a release to play either one of those tours. We've never submitted a release, right? So why is it now that we need to be offering that and there's all these penalties? Now, while I understand why they're doing it, what's the problem, right? I don't know what game they're trying to play it right now, but it just seems like in a way they're using our impact in tournaments and finding us and trying to benefit both ways from what we have to offer. And it's just in a way they're extorting players like myself and young players that have nothing to do with the politics of the game. So no, I don't like the situation, and I'm not going to agree to that. Now, I did tell them, funny enough, lower that to 4 events, like the minimum says, and I'll sign tonight. And they haven't agreed to that. I just refuse to play 6 events. I don't want to, and that's not what the rules say. I think.
Still in sports news, former Black Star striker Prince Tego says most Ghanaian supporters believe that the current players in the national team are not benevolent or generous enough. He explained that showing generosity and compassion to the underprivileged attracts blessings for the team spiritually and also protects the players, helping them to excel.
I see as a player or as an ex-player, when we were playing, I'll go back to what I said before. When we were playing, it's not that we were too good, but I think we have certain good luck and spiritual backing that protects the team. You know, and these things always comes with, like what I said about giving. When you're a player or you're a blaster player, I mean, you don't show love to the people that comes to cheer you up or the people that you used to know when you started. It becomes a problem. And these are the same people that make sure they pray for the team. Because sometimes we do, contribution and we do charity and all those things. So I want to see much of those kind of stuff in the new team, because I don't think this new team does that. They do that enough. Because let me tell you something. I mean, some of us, we are in Ghana, and excuse me to say, I can tell you that 90% of the people that watch these current blasters used to say they are stingy. Yeah, I'm telling you the fact. Maybe people will not have the courage to say it, but I'm just telling you the truth. Because when they check Steven time, like our time, things are different. So you see, everybody wants to come, wherever the blaster is, everybody wants to come around. Yeah. And they make sure they show love. You get it. And this kind of love I'm talking about, somebody might like you, he'll go to church, he's going to pray. He'll use some of the money to do what? Pray for you. You never know. Yeah, so I mean, that's being my point. They have to work that side very well. Sometimes it's not about how good you are. It's love. Ball is wind.
The Chief Executive Officer of Cake Nation Football Agency, Winam Haruna, has expressed his delight after securing opportunities for 2 Ghanaian youngsters to undergo trials in the United Kingdom. He stated that the 2 players will be joining West Ham and Chelsea for trials with hopes of gaining an advantage and possibly securing contracts.
So Winam Haruna, CEO of Cake Nation, a football agency in Ghana, set up and launched October 25th. So today I'm taking 2 of my boys, Philip and Shamsuddin. We did a collaboration with Brookhouse College Football Academy in the UK. where players get trials to some of the European teams. So we did a collaboration with them where Kick Nation players within the age 15 to 18 get free scholarships to go to the university and the opportunity to get some chance at teams like West Ham and Chelsea. So that's what the boys are here to do. I feel like it's a stepping stone when it comes to players who have the skill, have the talent, but are not yet of the legal age as 18. They will have the opportunity to practice in a football academy from the age 15, 16. So when they mature and get to age 18 and 19 and get professional contracts. Well, I feel like with these boys, the future is very, very bright. It's my prayer that very soon we'll be seeing them play for the Black Stars and other European teams here. Right now, my trust in the ability, so I know when we go, we're going to get scout their U-Gate teams. These players, I got them from when I did my Tamales United expedition. And very soon, in April, around April 15, I'll be doing a similar expedition in Kumasi. So watch out for that one too. You take some players there. That's it.
Let's move on to entertainment stories. In the past few weeks, dark truth about some beauty pageants in Ghana continue to surface. Filmmaker and director Fifi Koma has added his voice, drawing from his experience as a judge on several reality shows in the country. The filmmaker noted he has sat in auditions where judges carefully deliberate and agree on contestants they deserve to make it through.
Reality TV, pageant and everything, I have judged almost every single one that has been in Ghana so far. I've been a judge on almost every one of them. It's funny when they talk about vote manipulation, that's the least you can even think about. Forget about that. I've sat in auditions, right, that you are clearly, let's say you choose me as a judge for something, and I say, okay, this person A is who I've chosen, and you give a list to them, and they go on to go and announce, and then the one you chose or the one that you had selected with other people, they mention and give me another, it's not even in there, and they question, wait, why did you bring me here if it's going to turn out this way? You question it later, and they say, oh, because the pageant is like what say, looking for something, and then something happened that you are not even aware of, but we just wanted to whatever it is, and then I walk away. I just walked out, and okay, so it's not happening again. I'm not judging this again. Let me tell you some very crazy story. You're talking about what's it called? They say sending people out to go and look for sponsorship. See, Kwame, they will define a shoe that you're supposed to wear for a certain section of a pageant and tell you the shoe is in London. The owner of the pageant is in London. Pay Ghana cedis this amount to this person. When she's coming, she will bring your shoe in that size. Been there, I've seen it. I don't have to lie about it. I don't have any reason to lie about this thing. Why do we send them to go and do the car wash thing? Why do we send the beauty pageants to go to a car wash? Say they are raising money. And after they raise the money, where does the money go? Why do we send them to casinos to go and just engage people? And the one who's able to engage people to get the most money is assured at least top 3. It's not just about the voting. The voting thing is a list. See, and this is where I stand. And I'm against any pageant, whatever it is, that somebody has to vote to win something out of. I'm against it. I don't get it. If the voting is free, right? So they don't take money out of anybody's pocket. Like just the audience just watch and say, it's a free vote. I like it. Let's do it that way. But if I can raise $1 million,
use only the vote.
See, that's the point. This is
assessment.
Yes. See, this is it. You're throwing the percentage thing, right? Vote for your favorite.
Yes,
it is, right? And then you're giving the majority of the percentage to who? To the money.
Okay.
The judge is there, but the money has a very high rank.
Nigerian trained musician and voice coach Freeman Ame, popularly known as Coach Freeman, has narrated the trauma he endured at a young age after losing his parents and siblings in a fire. In an interview, Coach Freeman revealed his entire family was burned alive during an attack allegedly carried out by an Islamic group.
Growing up in Kano was fantastic until the Islamic people said they are thinking,
the Boko Haram stuff.
Yeah, it started quite early. Every now and then they come and just threaten people. There was this attack, and my family was affected.
Wow.
Yeah.
In what way,
man? Everybody was killed except me.
No way.
During that thing. It's not something I talk about a lot, but but our house was set ablaze and burnt. So they were burnt with them inside.
The house. But where were you?
That's a story that I don't know how. I was in that house that morning. I know I was in the house around between 9 and 10 a.m. And this thing happened like around 11. So between that time and where I found myself on the other side of town. I don't know how I got there. Till today, I still don't know how I got to the other side of town.
Wow.
I just know that I was home just now, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm hurrying and rushing back because there's chaos. And by the time I got back, the gate was locked. There was a dead person who had been chopped, and the house was smoldering. That was around 12:01 or so.
And how old were you when this was happening?
15 going on 16. I had just finished secondary school, so I know it was around that. So you know, the house was on fire. The roof everything had gone, you know. But then there was a dead person at the gate, so I couldn't. So I remember asking around. People were running around frantically, and they said, "Oh, have you seen my family?" Somebody said, "Oh, I saw your sister. She had burns on her leg or something." So everybody was rushing to the police headquarters, Bompai police headquarters. Mm-hmm. So I said, "Okay." So we went looking. I consulted with some other people. We went looking for my family. And we looked for them for 3 days. We couldn't find them. So somebody suggested, because of my father's status, that they should go back to the house. So we went back to the house. They hacked down the gate and hacked down the front door, and there.
And that will be all for tonight's news bulletin. Tonight's news bulletin was brought to you by Rema Ocean Agency, Amstel Block Machinery and Block Manufacturing, Sarah's Dream Jewelries, Celeste with Tom Brown, Nat Apartment Hotel, and Crystal Jorek Pet Shop. For more news updates, you can follow us on all social media handles at CSTV GH. My name is Dr. Samantha. Good evening.